Anthony Hernandez has released a statement on his loss to Sean Strickland. He posted this on Instagram immediately after the fight. In the caption, he wrote, "Thank you for the love, Houston. The energy was unreal. Congratulations to Sean. He was the better man tonight, much respect. I'll be back better than ever." Sean left a comment on the post. He wrote, "Warrior, thanks for sharing the cage with me."
Well, first things first, thank you guys so much, everyone who came out, showed me a lot of love. That was f***ing awesome. Play as f*** up. I mean, I was on an 8-fight win streak. Felt like things were going smooth until I got hit with a f***ing body shot. Happens, part of the game. It took 6 years for someone to finally beat me. I'll be back.
Sean Strickland had mixed emotions backstage following his TKO win over Anthony Hernandez last night.
I'm just happy, dude. Like, it's my job. I love it. Like I said, I can't tell you how many times I've been in that blue room where Fluffy is, my head down, having to go see my family and some piece of shit. It's like, I understand the duality of it. I understand what it's like to win and lose. So it feels good, but in the same time, there's another man that's going home, you know, feeling like the biggest piece of shit. So, happy and sad at the same time.
Khamzat Chimaev responded to Sean Strickland's call out last night. On X, he wrote, "Habibi, calm down. I destroyed the guy who beat you twice. American bitch." And here's footage of Khamzat watching Sean's post-fight interview.
I kind of thought you started going a little wild. And like, no part of you slowing down. But to me, you're getting a little bit more sloppy. But like, no part of this man was slowing down. He was a savage. We'll talk to you just a second, Fluffy. Obviously, we're not winning. Fluffy, you just won 8 in a row. You stopped it. You're a former champion. What do you want next, Sean?
Dana White has addressed the rumors that Alex Pereira could vacate the light heavyweight title to move up and face Cyril Gane for the interim heavyweight belt. There has also been speculation about Khamzat Chimaev moving up to light heavyweight to fight Jiri Prochazka for the vacant title. Dana said he's willing to work with Alex on whatever he wants to do, but added he would prefer to see Khamzat remain at middleweight and defend his belt.
Alex Pereira teasing potentially going up to heavyweight. Do you want to see him compete at heavyweight, or do you want to see him defend the light heavyweight title in his next match?
Well, you know, he's one of those guys that that always steps up, does whatever we need him to do. Whatever that guy wants to do, we would work with him.
We've seen Khamzat Chimaev fight at welterweight. We see him fight at middleweight. Is he someone that if he says, "Hey, I want to fight at light heavyweight," we'd see him fight at light heavyweight?
I'd like to see him defend his title at at a weight first. Yeah, I'd like to see him defend his title before he talks about jumping around from, you know, you're going to keep going up in weight divisions without defending. Yeah, I'd rather see him defend.
Dana White also addressed Sean Strickland and his controversial comments this week leading into UFC Houston. He thinks the media baits Sean into saying quote-unquote dumb shit.
I know the answer to this, but right, when you look at Strickland and what comes next to him, you know, he's calling for a Khamzat fight, stuff like that. There's no, like, what he says during media day and things like that. That doesn't affect your booking of him, right? You are still happy to put him in those?
It's a nightmare. But you guys don't help. Asking him dumb, you know, ask dumb, you're going to get dumb. What'd you think of Bad Bunny? What'd you think of the Super Bowl? Get the out of here. You kidding me? Yeah. So when you talk about what Strickland says, you guys like to push the buttons.
Fair enough.
Bruce Buffer says he has no plans on retiring anytime soon and wants to announce UFC 400.
Absolutely. It was recognition from the crowd because the UFC fans are just incredible. It was recognition, humbly said, from my peers and the powers that be at the UFC and everybody I work with, including all of you. So it just meant so much to me. And yes, there were tears. Absolutely. You know, a man who can't show tears at a vital moment in their life, they're missing something.
It's so rare for anybody to do something for 30 years and still have the same passion that they had in the beginning. Where does that come from?
You know, when I stepped in the octagon 30 years ago, obviously, again, my evolutionary process, things have changed, the way I announce, the way I move and everything else. But I will tell you truth to date today. Every night I walk in that octagon, I have to prove to myself, to you, to the fans, the powers that be, everybody watching, and especially to the fighters, that I deserve to be there and share that moment and roar them and enhance that moment for them as best as possible. I always say the show is not about me, because it's not. It's about the fighters and it's about the fans, and that's what we're here to do. But I have to prove to myself, and the moment that I don't have that passion, and the moment that I physically and mentally can't do it the way I want to do it, that's when the time would be for me to retire. But you know what? UFC 400, here I come, and then I'll make a decision after that.
Here was Merab Dvalishvili and Nina Drama's live reaction to Sean Strickland's win.
Yes, I know. He needed that win, dude. He did it. I'm so proud of him. Good for him. Is the camera working? Are we still live? Oh, we are? It says,
Oh,
it's good, Merab.
yeah, right?
Yeah. We go backward. Oh, the other way. You're in reverse.
Yeah.
You haven't done this since you were a kid?
Yeah, I was doing this every training session. But now, yeah, I haven't done. Yes.
Is it like a stretch?
Here's footage of Uros Medic backstage after knocking Geoff Neal out cold.
Here we are, another victory. Step closer to our goal of top 15. Not a scratch, yeah?
Another dream accomplished. This Monday, top 15. It's me, baby. It's me, top 15.
Daniel Cormier believes Khamzat Chimaev would struggle against the version of Sean Strickland that fought Anthony Hernandez.
Can Sean defend Khamzat to the point that he doesn't get written out and taken down and controlled for 25 minutes? I don't know that. I don't know that. But I tell you one thing that I do know is that if that guy that showed up tonight shows up in that fight, it will be much more difficult a fight for the great Khamzat Chimaev. Why? Because even Israel Adesanya, at the peak of his power, struggled with that version of Sean Strickland. The Dricus du Plessis fight, it didn't seem like Sean was locked all the way in. He seemed a little messed up, and it showed. It showed his body language, his posture, his lack of confidence. It showed in his coach getting frustrated. There were a number of reasons why he just didn't look the same. But tonight he looked the same. He looked like the guy that became the world champion. And if you tell me he would have won that fight just normal, a decision, he would have did that post-fight interview, everybody would have laughed at him.
Khamzat Chimaev spars Khalil Rountree. At the UFC Houston post-fight press conference, Sean Strickland trolled Oscar Willis over his friendship with Dan Hooker. As you guys know, this week Dan's side chick accused him of cheating on her with a man.
Hey, you and Dan Hooker, you dirty I knew you were there. I knew you were going to bring that up.
You know, when that happened, that came out, it wasn't lost on me that it was a Sean Strickland fight week that I would have to go and deal with afterwards, you know?
But no, they accuse you, right, of banging Dan, right?
They accuse me.
Dude, no, I could see Dan liking to party. I'm not saying Dan's a gay man, but I could see him, I could see him partying a little bit with you. Maybe getting a little bit too loose, waking up in one little sore butthole.
So it was a fantastic win.
The MMA community is furious with the UFC and Paramount following last night's post-fight press conference, as Sean Strickland began going on a rant about Aspen Ladd's coach Jim West and made allegations of grooming. The promotion cut him off and muted his microphone.
I hate just a little bit. And I noticed in the corner of my eye, Jim West. That motherfucker's looking at me. And I look at Jim West. You'll see, if you look at the fight, I veer off. I'm looking at Jim West. I kept thinking, there's no fucking way I'm going to let this predator beat me and have a victory over me. You right? So my motivation was thinking about Jim West. I hate that guy. No, it's crazy. And I love Fluffy. He's a stand-up guy. Is there anybody that's 35 around here? Anybody close to 35 years old? Can you picture being 35 years old and meeting a sweet little 14-year-old Aspen lad and saying, I'm going to marry her when she turns 18? That's what Jim West did. So whenever I was in that cage and me and Fluffy are locked in and I'm looking over at Jim West, and I was like, this guy. I am not letting this mother... I wasn't fighting Fluffy. I was fighting Jim West. Swear to God.
To be clear, I did not bait you to say that, correct?
Oh, yeah, you baited the... It was good. You made it interesting. I mean, these mother are so boring in this sport. Like, these guys have no personality. You got Colby, the pretend, the pretend Republican, but like, who's really like entertaining? You got Chimaev, the go like, who's really entertaining in this division? Nobody. So, oh, that's a wrap. Anyways.
Afterwards on X, Sean wrote Jim was 35, I believe. Almost put hands on him a few years ago. The article states that Aspen Ladd began training with Jim West around age 14. Sean then posted this on Instagram. He said, I didn't even know he was Fluffy's coach. I wasn't fighting Fluffy. I was fighting Jim West. I almost put hands on him a few years ago at the PI. So the comments on the UFC's YouTube channel are brutal today. All of the top comments on the press conference are about this situation. This user writes, wow, Paramount. Seems like there's a censorship in here. Soft motherfucking company cut Sean's mic. Bullshit censorship. Paramount on the phone with Dana as we speak. Cowardly motherfuckers shutting it down. They put a leash on him. Cancel Paramount. And UFC censoring the only entertaining fighter they have. What a brilliant idea. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Mr. M. Brown Jr. It says, between Sean's pre-fight trash talk and his performance tonight, he's making me want to see him versus Khamzat now. The second one's from Glenn Short. It says, rest in peace to Sergey's father. And the final one's from Samuel. It says, Sean fought like he was sparring. Probably saw Fluffy as Sneeko in the ring in this fight. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.